Good evening and welcome to this yoga for recovery, realization, and resilience. My name is Brian, and I am honored and delighted to be here with you tonight as we move through this practice to build ourselves within the ability to utilize our tools in order to regulate our mind states and our body states in order to build that realization, that resilience, and that recovery. So today's idea is to be, we're going to balance between effort and ease, which I always talk about. You may hear that a lot. We've come to my classes, but what we're really looking at is a lot of us, our tendency is to over effort. We want to really be into this. We want to do, we're giving everything our 110%. And in the dynamic portion, that's really can be useful in terms of finding our edges and working against our resistances. But where we tend to be, as a rule, fall short is in letting go of that and being 110% into the ease, the lack of effort, the release the effort. And so what I want us to try to think about playing with today as we're moving through the practice is this idea of letting go, releasing fully, giving 110% to the ease that happens between the efforts, and finding in that ease the access perhaps to some stillness, some undergirding, if you will, this idea of being surrounded and in the midst of what is essentially a healing, holding, supporting stillness. Anyway, that's the thought. And whatever, it's just yoga. We're just going to do what we do and see what happens. So, as always, I remind you that support precedes action, our first guiding principles. So please ensure that you have whatever support you need available to you. Secondarily, I'll remind you that it is your practice. So while I'll offer and suggest and invite you to do some things from over here, please remember you are in the privacy of your own space and that it is your practice and you should do what is right for you, listening to the wisdom of your own body, honoring that wisdom by doing what your body is suggesting to you to do. Vary or modify any posture at any time. Come out of any posture at any time. Take any alternate posture at any time. The only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. And so let us start with that. Let us come into presence and into breathing by rooting into whatever posture that we feel provides us with the most support. So maybe you're seated in a chair with your feet underneath your knees, hip distance apart. Maybe you're rooted on your mat or your cushion or your bolster with your sits bones rooted down, the sides of your legs bringing in. Maybe you have your elbows resting on the arms of a chair. Maybe your spine is on the mat while your legs are up the wall. Whatever posture provides you with support so that you can come into your present sense, coming into the present moment by coming into the body. So I invite you to root into whatever posture you are in, feeling the sensation of whatever part of your body is in contact with something. And then feeling that connection, that sensation of contact as support. And then having established support, I invite you to lengthen through your side body, lengthen through your spine, lengthen through your crown. Tuck the chin slightly to feel the release at the back of the neck and feel the full length of the spine from the root to the crown. And notice as you elongate and align the spine, what happens for you. Maybe you experience the energy body coming online. Maybe you feel the chest expand and the heart open. Whatever it is that occurs for you, be aware of the shifts in your subtle shifts in energy and attention as your posture changes, as the essence of our work. And then finding the breath, bring your awareness to the breath and begin to breathe deep into the body cavity, down into the abdomen, and then into the ribs, and then into the chest. A full breath, front, back, and sides, full 360 exposure, without efforting. And then a complete exhale, releasing entirely letting go of everything, maybe even that little bit at the bottom where that little bit of air at the bottom of the lung, you get that out too. And then another full inhale. And another complete exhale. Maybe extending the exhale a beat or two, maybe not, finding yourself here on your mat. And then I invite you on your next inhale to float your hands to your heart and allow to arise in your heart a sense of gratitude. Turning your awareness into your heart space, see what arises when gratitude is called forth for you. And whatever it is that arises for you, maybe just the possibility of gratitude, I invite you to anchor it there at your heart space. And then finally, I invite you to set an intention for your practice today, perhaps a simple intention to just keep your gratitude anchored in your heart space. Or maybe a simple intention to be right there at the beginning of each inhalation. But whatever your intention, I invite you to state that to yourself in a clear and declarative voice as if it is already done. Great. And having established support, come into the present moment, allow gratitude to rise and set our intention. I invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose to allow your chin to drop towards your grateful, intentional heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention. As I say Namo, Namaste. And then releasing your hands, lifting your chin, and adjusting your posture to find yourself in a comfortable seated posture. We're going to move into a little bit of breath here. Just kind of bringing ourselves into this place to get centered. And so we're going to do this alternate nostril breath, and we'll do it in stages. So we'll begin breathing in through the left and out through the right. So bring your mental awareness to your left nostril and imagine your focus, not imagine, bring your focus to your left nostril and then breathe in through the left. And at the top of your inhale, switch your awareness to your right nostril and exhale through the right. A simple practice can be done anywhere at any time. And simply bringing awareness to the breath, inhaling through the left, switching on the exhale, exhaling through the right. Just in through the left, your rhythm, your pace, your breath. Your practice. So begin to find your rhythm. So your breath count, what it takes you to take a full inhale without effort, may be different than mine. And just find your rhythm. And we're just going to be here for literally a minute. So just breathe in through the left and out through the right with your mental awareness. And don't overthink it. Just be with whatever's occurring for you. That is the essence of our practice, to just be with whatever is occurring for us. Be in your own experience of your own practice. You're in the privacy of your own space. Feel into what it is to breathe in through the left. A full inhale. Out through the right. A complete exhale. Body very still. And awareness on the breath in the nostril. Now, if your eyes are closed, your focus is at the brow point, place where the brows come together. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. And now we're going to switch. We're going to breathe in through the right. So bring your mental awareness to your right nostril. Breathe in fully. And then switch at the top and exhale out the left. And maybe you can feel into the subtle differences here, noticing those subtle differences as you keep your mental awareness focused. Breathing in through the right and out through the left. And again, we're just going to be here literally for 1 minute. So find your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice, centering in the breath. And then noticing as you center in the breath, what occurs. Begin to raise your awareness, if you can, beyond the simple sensation of the breath in the nostril, in through the right, out through the left. And perhaps allow your awareness to expand, to take in the entirety of yourself in your space. Feeling into what is available and present for you in your space as you breathe. In through the right. And out through the left. On your next inhale, take a full inhale. A complete exhale. Now we're going to put that together. So we're going to breathe in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, and out through the left. Again, at our own rhythm, our own pace, our own breath, our own practice. Mental awareness switching on the exhales. Without efforting, just being. And again, we're just going to be here for literally a minute. Taking full inhales. Complete exhales. Finding our own rhythm, our own pace. Following the pattern, in through the left, out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. Noticing how attention to the breath creates a connection for us, perhaps. Going into the connection between the mind state and the body by being aware of the breath. Let your next iteration be your last iteration. When you complete exhaling on the left nostril, go ahead and release the pattern. Allow yourself to be. Be very still. And just notice. So a little 5-minute breath practice. And what that might have enabled for you. And we're going to come around and move a little bit. So let's come around to our mat. And we're going to begin standing today. So find yourself standing and take a moment to get used to being upright, shaking out your feet, finding your balance, shaking out the arms, just moving a little bit, kind of find a little body awareness now. So we've got that mind activity still. Now maybe we bring it on. So the feet come underneath the hips. And soften the knees, firm the hips and waist. We roll the shoulders up and down. Turn the palms forward, release the fingers long. And then we'll just begin to pedal the feet a little bit. Just kind of maybe a little marching in place, a little light marching, a little stepping, maybe not marching, maybe just start stepping in place a little bit. We add in a little shaking of the arms. Begin to gently wiggle the neck, not necessarily rolls, just gently. And then maybe we pick up our knees a little higher. And to just free up the hips a little bit. Maybe add the arms, a little march. Just feeling ourselves being present here. Couple more. Bring the feet down, hip widths apart. Center in, find your balance on your feet, and then take the arms up. Now we're gonna reach up. Straight line, no back bend, just straight line lift here. Just lift everything up. Feel yourself grounding into the heels and the ball of the feet as you lift out of the legs, side body, and the arms. And then take the right thumb and forefinger, circle the left wrist. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, just lean to your right. Stay long in both arms. Bump that hip, press into both feet. Just find a little length. Stay long on the underside of the body also. Breathing in. Feel that expansion. Feel that opening. Breathe fully without effort. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Release the hand. Switch the line. Take the left thumb and forefinger, circle the right wrist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean to the left. Stay long out of both arms. Stay long on the underside of that arm, pressing into the legs, bumping the hip, breathing deep. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Just be here. Feel that opening in the right side body. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Inhale back to center. Release the hands. Interlock the fingers if you can. Press the thumbs toward the ceiling. Maybe look up a little bit. Lift the chin a little bit. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Release the hands down. Woo. And then adjust yourself as you need to so you're a little more supported. We're actually going to do some dynamic movement here, some dynamic breath. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can maybe see this better. Feet are just slightly wider than the hips for stability. The arms go up. And on the exhale, we drop the arms as we sink the hips as if we're sitting down. And that's our movement. And inhale, we come up. So it doesn't have to be overly efforting here, right? We're moving with the breath. So maybe you're feeling as you begin to move a little bit more energetic, and you're feeling your pace might pick up, but it's not necessary. The important part is to align the movement with the breath. So when the movement starts, the breath starts, the movement finishes, the breath finishes, or vice versa. Maybe you want to add a little tightening at the back of the throat so you can hear that ocean breath, and then find your rhythm. Or and in your next exhale, keep your hips where they are as you proceeded. Bring your hands to your thighs for support, or maybe to your waist, or maybe to prayer, or maybe even full extension. If you want to get to thunderbolt, you find yourself in your chair posture. Look down, see your toes in front of your knees, adjust as you need to. Breathing here, full inhale. Feel the dynamic movement that comes from being still. A full inhalation. On the exhale, release the arms, straighten the legs, let everything settle. Roll the shoulders. Balancing the feet, maybe adjust your posture if you need to. So we're going to move into some balance work immediately here. So we're going to find ourselves on our left foot, rooting into the left. And then picking up the heel of the right foot, taking the right knee and opening it away from the body, placing the sole of the right foot against the ankle, the calf, or the hip, up in the thigh, not on the knee. Find your balance here. Bring your hands to prayer if you like. Maybe extending the arms as you grow your tree, imagining that sun above you, pulling you upward, illuminating and enlivening you. Remember that balance is focus. Find your focal point to help you with balance. And then breath is strength. Breathe into the posture. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Release the hands down. Pick the leg off. Bring the knee forward. And then cross the knee, cross the thighs over. So you're wrapping that right foot outside the left calf, or maybe it hooks behind it. And then bring your hands out wide. And then bring the right arm underneath the left. Maybe the forearms come together, maybe the palms come together, maybe the back of the palms, whatever's right for you. Maybe placing the thumb between the brows, lifting the elbows. Maybe sinking. Ooh. So if you're pressing those thighs, ooh, stay with it. Ooh, balance. My goodness. And maybe sinking into that left knee. Dropping the hips, coming into your eagle posture. Full inhale. Complete exhale. And then flying up out of your posture, release your right foot down, release the arms. Roll the shoulders, pedal the feet, establish yourself, and we'll move to the right side. So rooting into that right, find your balance, find your focal point, maybe lift the left heel or the left foot, rotate the left knee away, bring the left foot against the ankle, the calf, or maybe the thigh, not the knee. Hands to prayer. And then maybe you grow your tree. Maybe not. Maybe you notice one side's different than the other because we're not fully symmetrical beings, which is just how it is. Allowing and accepting what you have, working with what you have, stay long out of that right ankle, right leg. And then maybe release your branches. Bring that left knee back center. And then cross it over the right. Pressing the thighs, maybe hooking the calf if you have that flexibility. Again, balance is focus. Find your focal point. Establish this. Arms go out. Left elbow comes under the right. Palms wrap. Forearms wrap. Maybe the thumb goes, damn. Maybe not. Maybe you're challenged surgically repaired legs, or whatever you have. Again, we're not fully symmetrical. And so one side may be very different than the other. Maybe finding the brow point, maybe sinking the hips, perching in your eagle, steady and sure, focus, ooh. And then when you're ready, fly out. And then shake it out and bring yourself back to your feet underneath the hips. Turn the toes out, step the feet wide. And come into some bends and twists here. So first, take the arms out. Press into the outside part of the foot and feel the weight balance between the inner and outer part of the foot. Get long through the crown. Reach out through the fingertips. And then we're simply going to do toe touches here. Inhale here. And then exhale. Move with your breath. Bring your right hand. Maybe touch your left toe. Maybe the left arm goes high, maybe not. And then inhale back up. Moving with breath again. So your pace will be dependent upon how long your breath count is. And then exhale. Left hand, right toe, maybe right arm high. Inhaling up. See if you can establish an equal rhythm here. Your breath. Your rhythm. Your pace. Your practice. One more set here with the breath. Finishing back in this, release the arms. Walk the feet in a little bit so they're just outside the shoulders. Turn the palms out. Have your gear, if you like, your block. Place your block between and behind your heels. We did this last week. See if we can mimic it again this week. And then if you bring yourself to forward fold and place your fingers in front of your shoulders. So you're pressing up into your fingertips. And then heel your palm. Now, bring your hips toward your heels. So you're coming into your squat. Now, your squat is the place where your heels come off the ground. So maybe that's here, maybe that's here, maybe that's here. Maybe you can come all the way down. It's not critical that you come all the way down. It's critical that you find that place. You're supporting yourself with your hands because this is going to be our preparation for our crow posture. So if you don't come all the way down, you're going to feel yourself here. If you do come all the way down, it's easier to align your elbows with your knees, but you're looking for that move. Now, for a lot of us, we don't come all the way down. So this is where we utilize our block and bring our feet up onto our block. And then we can begin to feel where the knees are pressing into the elbows are pressing into the knees, that counter posture there. And then finding ourselves in our squat, wherever that is, we begin to lean into the fingertips and the heel of the palm, pressing equally out of both sides, lengthening through the forearms, and then begin to lift the hips and tilt forward till we find ourselves pressing out of the hands and forearms, and then maybe the heels rise toward the buttocks, Lifting the chin, breathing deep. Full inhale. Complete exhale. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale. Slowly bring the feet back to the block or to the floor. And then remove the block and come down onto your mat. Legs out in front. Dandasana, staff pose. Feel the length of the legs. Maybe scooch the hips back, the heels forward. Find the full length on the back of the leg. And then we're going to do some restorative work here. So first, take your left leg and move it out to the edge of your mat. Bring your right leg, keep heel toward the hip, and then rotate the right knee over to the right. Now, it's not necessary for that right knee to hit the ground. As a matter of fact, you can support that right knee at whatever height you need with the block. The important thing is to feel that contact on that right knee. Okay. Your left foot, your right sole of your right foot will come against the inside of your left thigh. Now, rotate your torso so that it aligns with that left leg. And then take the arms up. Lengthen and then hinge at the hips. Release the hands down so the elbows just drop. And bring the forehead toward the knee. Now, if you're like me, especially early in the practice, your forehead might not reach that knee. And so begin to bend the left knee, walking your heel back toward your hip until you can find the connection. So without pulling with your arms, the elbows are relaxed and released. Bring the place to where that knee comes to the forehead. Keeping the right knee supported. Breathe here. Allow your body to open. Listen to the wisdom of your body. Maybe as you breathe, you can continue to hinge. Maybe you find that your heel, your left heel, can walk out a little further. Maybe not. Maintaining the forehead to the knee connection. That's our stillness. Forehead against knee, shoulders and elbows relaxed, hinging at the hips. And then maybe the left leg extends. As the body is ready and able, you find that it just opens on its own, welcoming that feeling. One more breath here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. As you inhale, reach long past the left foot. Slowly come up, slowly come up, slowly come up. Release the hands. Pick up the right knee. Extend the right leg. Walk the left leg back together. And then we're going to move to the other side. Take the right leg out at an angle, maybe just at the edge of the mat. Bring the left knee toward the ceiling, left heel toward the hip. And then rotate that left knee over towards the floor again, supporting it at whatever height is appropriate for you. Bringing the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh, wherever it lands. And again, turning the torso over the right leg, so it's aligned with the left leg. With the right leg. Take the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. When you reach your edge, release the elbows straight down. Let the forehead come toward the knee. And then adjust the right knee to the place where you can find that connection between the forehead and the knee. And breathe deep. Bending that knee as much as you need to make that connection. And then working from there with the breath. Allowing the body will open as it is ready to. Elbows are relaxed. Forehead and knee creating that connection of stillness. Not over efforting. Checking in with the ease. As the body is ready to open, it opens with ease. Instead of forcing or efforting, not always, just allowing, accepting, being. Full inhale here. Complete exhale. On your next inhale, reach long past the foot. Slowly come up, slowly come up, slowly come up. Release the hands down. Bring the left knee up, release the left leg. Bring the right leg back to center. Take both arms up. Press long through the heels. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Again, when you reach your edge, release the elbows. And then allow the forehead to come toward the knees. And again, letting the body open as it will. So the elbows and shoulders are relaxed. We're hinging at the hips. Breathing here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, reach long past the feet. Slowly come up, slowly come up, slowly come up. Release the hands down and then roll down to your back. And then roll to your belly. Okay. Release the tops of the feet to the mat. Let the heels fall open. Bring the hands underneath the forehead, left palm down, right palm atop the left palm. Bring the forehead to the back of the right palm. And then walk your elbows back toward your shoulders a little bit so that you feel your chest rise up off the mat. Chin is tucked toward the chest. Relaxing the lower part of the body. Tendency to start clenching in the buttocks and the hips, pressing through the feet. Release that tendency. Allow the heels to fall open. Just relax on the pubic bone. This is our crocodile pose. Great pose for digestion. Breathing in here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Bring the heels and toes together. Lift the head. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Thumbs at the breast line. Curl the toes. Feel yourself connected here as you drag the elbows down toward the hips. Press through the crown and the heels. Feel the knees lift. And then pressing into your fingertips and your heel, your palm. Press up into a plank. Exhale. Lift the hips. Let the head drop. Come into your downward dog. Take a moment to establish your dog. So bend one knee. Press back through the opposite heel. Get long out of the forearms. Release the head. Take a full inhale here. I'm going to work a little bit off of this down dog posture. So check yourself. Inhale to a plank. If you had to adjust your hands and feet to be balanced, now you are where you're supposed to be, or where it was best supported, I should say, maybe not supposed to, and then press back and release the heels, come to downward dog. On the inhale, the left leg goes straight back as if it's stamping the wall. On the exhale, the left leg comes high, three-legged dog. Inhale here, exhale, stack the hips, drop the left heel toward the right buttock as you lift the left knee toward the ceiling. Stay long out of both arms. Inhale here. Exhale, level the hips. Inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose underneath the body. Inhale, press and lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, press and lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Move with your breath. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. As you exhale this time, bring the left knee outside the left wrist. And then drop the left knee down. Drop the right foot over toward the right wrist at what is appropriate for you. So for a lot of you, that'll just be underneath the body. When you feel yourself supported on the left side, go ahead and drop the right knee and the top of the right foot. Preparing for our pigeon. So we've established ourselves here. Now, feel into maybe walking the hips back towards the bottom of your mat. So you feel the hips drop, and you can take the weight off of your hands perhaps, lifting up puffy pigeon chest. Maybe not. Maybe you need to support your heels. Your hands have to support you. Maybe you can bring your hands to prayer. If you're supporting yourself, support yourself. Stay lifted out of the waist. Dropping the hips, lifting out of the waist, opening the chest. Getting long through the crown. Maybe even opening the throat. Breathing here. And then if it's supported for you to do so, go ahead and walk the hands out. Maybe even coming down onto your elbows. Or maybe even coming down onto your forehead. Arms stay long. Staying lifted through the elbows. And then releasing. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Without over-efforting, allowing ease, following the breath, breathing into what's tight, and maybe softening around what's tight. Noticing perhaps that as you soften, you find support. If you're extended out and your forehead is down, lift your head. Walk your hands back underneath the shoulders. Press into the fingertips and the heel of the palm. Lift up. Lift out of the waist. Now curl the toes of the right foot. Bring the hips forward. Curl the toes of the right foot and lift the right knee. Now press up through the hips a little bit to create some space so that you can begin to unwind that left leg and then take that left leg high, three-legged dog. And exhale, bring the left leg back down. Reestablish your down dog. Take a full inhale. A complete exhale. On the inhale, the right leg goes back as if it's stamping the wall. And then lift the right leg high. Inhale here. Exhale, stack the hips, bring the right heel toward the left buttock, lift the right knee toward the ceiling, stay long out of both arms. Breathing here. Full inhale. On the exhale, level the hips. Inhale, lengthen, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose under the body. Inhale, get long, move with your breath. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time as you exhale, bring that right knee outside the right wrist. And then bring that that right foot maybe over to the left wrist, maybe not, maybe underneath the body. Establish yourself on the right side. And then drop your left knee, top of your left foot. Find yourself here, and then maybe walk your hips back towards the bottom of your mat, finding yourself. Puff up on the fingertips, puffy pigeon pose, lift out of the waist, out of the hips, out of the chest. Maybe bring the hands to prayer, maybe not. Staying long, out of your, lifted out of the waist. Maybe opening the throat, breathing here. Sinking the hips, lifting the crown, breathing deep, full inhale. And then maybe, if your body is supported in it, begin to walk your hands out. Maybe even coming down onto the elbows. Or perhaps even bringing your forehead to the mat. Extending the arms. Finding your extension and then releasing. Breathing fully, full inhales. Complete exhale. Establishing ourselves. Breathing deep into the tight spots. Perhaps even softening around what's tight. Now, if you're out on your forehead, begin to lift your forehead. Walk your hands back so that the hands are underneath the shoulders. Lift up out of the waist and out of the crown. Press into the fingertips. Bring the hips forward. Curl the toes of the left foot. And then lift the left knee. Press out of the fingers and arms to create some space. And then take that right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that right foot down. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Drop to the knees. Knees underneath the hips, so not wide, underneath the hips. So the knees are almost touching. Walk the hands back and then lift the torso. Come standing on your knees. Preparing for our camel posture. So, options here. You can curl the toes, if that helps you feel more supported. The hands can come to the small of the back as fists in the small of the back, or bring the heel of your palm to the top of your buttocks, the SI joint. Let the fingers extend down as if they're going into invisible pockets back there. And all you're doing with your hands, whether they're at the small of the back or at the hips, is just supporting your hips staying over the knees. So it'll feel like we're pressing forward. But in fact, all we're doing is countering the natural tendency to dump it to the back and drop the hips. So my hands are just support so that the hips stay over the knees. Lift out of the waist, lift out of the heart. Now I'm advised you to keep that jaw in alignment with the sternum so that I'll maintain the solidity at the stability at the back of the neck. So a long spine here, lengthening. And then maybe you find that your back is willing to open up a little bit of a back bend. And perhaps you take one hand back to a heel, or maybe even both. Breathing deep into the belly button. And maybe your heels are not accessible. Great place for your block. You place your block between your ankles. Reach back for your block. Wherever you are, maybe if you find yourself here in this last little bit, maybe you're okay with opening the throat, allowing the crown to stay long, breathing into an open heart. Breathe to the belly button, full inhalation. As you exhale, bring the chin back in alignment with the sternum, hips back over the heels, and then gently drop your hips toward your heels, releasing your hands to your thighs, and then continue dropping back. So now you're rounding. Let the chin drop to the chest. Let yourself round the lower back. To breathe into that space. And then just reach forward. Take the hands forward. Come into your extended child's pose. Then walk your fingertips forward. Bring yourself down onto your belly and then roll to your back. And prepare for your guided rest. Let your toes fall open. Take your heels as wide as is comfortable for you on your mat. Bring your hands down by your hips, palms up. Lengthen through your crown. And then imagine you could pull on your side ribs so that you could feel all of your spine on the mat. So you feel that lower spine against the mat. And then take a moment here as we move into guided rest to provide yourself with any additional support that you may want in your rest posture. So maybe you have an eye cloth or a blanket or a shawl or a bolster. Whatever you need here, maybe 1% more support. Go ahead and access that. And then you're supporting yourself and letting go. Let go completely as you can. Let go of everything. Let go of any shaping of the body or the breath. Let go of any analysis of the practice. Let go of any planning or machinations of the mind. Just allow yourself to be at rest. Take a moment to check in with the possibility of gratitude for the opportunity to be here at rest. For many of us, rest is such a foreign concept, just not a part of our conscious planning in our days. And so the opportunity to just be at rest, feel into the possibility of being grateful for that opportunity. Feel into the release of the need to do. Feel into the possibility of ease, full ease, just being on your mat, in your space. Allowing yourself to be, allowing the possibility of gratitude for this opportunity to be. Notice, if you're like me, the tendency to effort. And so perhaps a little gratitude for this opportunity to actually apply effort to ease. If you must effort, make an effort to be at ease, to rest, to let go, to just be still. Feel the possibility of stillness within, to become aware of the stillness without, to sense perhaps the possibility of merging the stillness within and the stillness without. Note the potentiality of that stillness, that ever-present stillness. As you rest here in stillness, I invite you to allow, again, a sense of gratitude. Observe yourself resting in your space. And as you rest in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice with me. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, I invite and encourage you to stay here in grateful rest for as long as you like. And when you do rise, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.